shots were fired by another one, and somebody was injured with that because in the busy day in Times Square, this should never happen.
Okay, these teenagers who were arrested, by the way, some of them aren't even teenagers. One was 12 years old, was suspected in a string of robberies in Central Park. They were all staying at the Row Hotel, a hotel near Times Square, where all 1,300 rooms are now used to house migrants at taxpayer expense. There have been past reports that the hotel's overrun with people drinking, doing drugs, that crime is happening, right out in the hallways and the stairwells. The city of New York is paying a lot of money to house these migrants in that hotel.
They absolutely are, and it's tune of billions of dollars. And when you have the likes of the city council and you have Albany with the bail reform and everything else, it's the perfect storm for anybody who wants to commit a crime over here. And the fact that they don't do anything, they want to take the gang database away from the NYPD.
Why?
This is because they feel that it's a violation of everybody's rights and everything. And not only do they want to take the gang database away, they want to tell everybody who's on that database, this is what they have on you. This is how far to the left and how out of control we have gone in society.
All right.
And this is crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy and very disturbing, especially the youth, the ages of these kids who, by the way, when they were sitting in jail awaiting, to be processed, were posting selfies, with a cell phone of them flashing gang signs. So that's what we're dealing with. Why do they have a cell phone is my question. Precisely.
Why do they have a cell phone in jail?
Very good question. There was no answer from the mayor to that question today. All right, Joe Cardinale, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.
Hello, chat. It's Tuesday afternoon, around 5:37. Just sitting here in the parking lot waiting for some orders. It's a little bit cloudy, as you can see. I don't know what they're going to do with this building across the street. It looks pretty deserted. I think they're going to tear it down probably, and since they build a brand new building right next to it.
Be where the season was going.
Come at me, bro!
Surprise, losers.
What's up, guys? Benny. The Dark Knight is one of the all-time greatest movies ever made. It's an absolute favorite of mine. There's a high-intensity scene where Batman is facing off with the Joker atop a building. The Joker has Rachel Dawes hanging over the ledge of the very tall building, and Batman says, "Let her go." Doesn't work out great for Batman. The Joker says, "A very poor choice of words," and then releases her over the ledge. What is the moral of the story? Well, if you are in a high-intensity situation and there's a lot at stake, be very careful what you say. Michelle Obama is the perfect example of what you shouldn't do in high-intensity situations and using a very poor choice of words. And it's turning into quite a pattern here. Michelle Obama, for instance, at the DNC convention, with her entire family's legacy hanging over the side of the building in peril, said this.
That anyone can succeed if given the opportunity. She and my father didn't aspire to be wealthy. In fact, they were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed.
Oh, yes. Okay, well, what does Michelle Obama need exactly? Because the entire speech was about how poor she
Yeah,
was. Does she need this $18 million mansion that her and Barack are building on the ancient sea turtle breeding grounds that are sacred in Hawaii, that they bulldozed so that they could have their own lavish, gaudy mansions with their own private beaches, which is illegal in Hawaii? Do they need this house in Martha's Vineyard? This is on 30 acres. A lot of room here for swim lessons for their chef, for criminal aliens. They could make this. Think about how many tents and burn barrels they could put here. Think about how many apartments they could put here. Section 8 housing. But no, the Obamas refused to do that. Is this taking a little too much for the Obamas? How about this? This is another one of their mansions. Not the only mansion, but just another one in the portfolio here. This one's in a place called Colorama in Washington, D.C. He's the only president to ever move just down the street from the White House. He didn't actually leave D.C. Instead, he moved to this $30 million mansion in the same neighborhood as the White House. Is this taking a little too much? This is like a trend for Michelle Obama to just say really stupid things. Michelle Obama started a podcast so that everyday people could just listen to her wisdom, right? This is the Michelle Obama who is upset when people take too much. Go have a look at, her many living rooms here. There you go. This is not taking too much. This is not taking too much. This is not taking too much. You see. Michelle Obama is very upset. She's upset that you don't recognize her. And she started a podcast so that you would recognize her. Again, Michelle Obama's openly complained about this.
People here of all ages who are trapped by their phones. And when you talk about us being disconnected and not talking to each other, I am not out in the world like a normal person anymore. But when I am, people don't even recognize me. You know why? Because they're on their phones. Nope.
People don't even recognize me when I'm out in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Is this why Michelle Obama is so desperate for attention? Is this why Michelle Obama constantly, and we've covered this, decides to go to bookstores or Target in disguise, even though no one recognizes her for the entire video? Why the hell would you post this? She has an entire series of these where she wanders into these random-ass bookshops and she signs her book, which is stacked to the ceiling because no one's buying them. And nobody even recognized her. Nobody asks her for an autograph or anything. Michelle Obama secretly goes shopping in St. Louis, and nobody recognizes her at all. She does everything that she can to try and inspire attention, like dancing and screaming about herself in the aisle. She clearly has Secret Service with her during this, but nobody gives a damn, right? Yeah. The one thing in the store that's not stolen is the Michelle Obama book. Don't worry. This is the one part of the St. Louis Target here that you don't have to worry about getting looted. Great. So yeah, Michelle Obama is regularly out saying and doing dumb stuff, using very poor choices of words. And this popped up last week when Michelle Obama was doing an interview with Marlon Wayans and decided to do the meme by saying that she has the heart of a big black man.
Talk, Marlon, a bit about, just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a black man.
Okay. Listen, I get it. It's just a very poor choice of words, okay? It's the Joker. She's talking to Marlon Wayans, who is a black man. I think she's just using the words incorrectly. But, does Michelle Obama not know the memes about her? Does she not know the Big Mike memes? I mean, I guess this begs a question. Can somebody please ask her about the Big Mike memes? Can anybody ask her about, what was happening on the Ellen Show? What was going on down there? Nobody? Anybody? Does she live in such a bubble that she doesn't get it? That she just never heard about it? Because she says, as a black man. I get it. You should probably talk about Marlon Wayans. But now Michelle Obama's talking about how she's transitioning. Okay. Leading to headlines like this one. Here we go. Michelle Obama admits she's in therapy and she's transitioning in her life. Here we go. Here's the comment.
I believe in that. I believe in couples therapy. I believe in it all. Whatever works for you. And at this, phase of my life, I'm in therapy right now because I'm transitioning. I'm 60 years old. I finished a really hard thing in my life with my family intact. I'm an empty nester. My girls are in, they've been launched. And now for the first time, as I've said before, every choice that I'm making is completely mine.
You're not going to beat these whole, you're getting divorced allegations, right? So she says that she's in therapy right now, that she's transitioning, and that she has the heart of a big black man. Got it? Okay, got it. What's the deal? What's the deal here? What a strange thing to be saying. And she says that her kids are launched. Is that true exactly? So her kids, who she set up to work for Harvey Weinstein, are you aware of this? That the first job out was Harvey Weinstein from the White House. She took the prepubescent kids and then shoved them into Harvey Weinstein's den. That's what they did. This is great. Parents of the Year.
Jack in the Box.
But then also, do you really need to start bragging about what kind of therapy you're in? Michelle Obama says she's in therapy because she's transitioning. Well, find the line. That is literally what she says. She's currently in therapy. At this phase in life, I'm in therapy because I'm transitioning. I'm 60 years old. I finished a really hard thing.
Really
My
hard
family.
job.
What's the hard thing? Providing zero service, becoming a multi-millionaire?
Exactly.
Doing nothing, building nothing, creating nothing? Wrecking the country, leaving it far off for the worst? You're an empty nester, okay? But, you're also insanely rich, and you get chauffeured around, and you fly on government jets, and you have Secret Service for your whole life. Are people supposed to feel sorry for you? And now, for the first time, every choice I'm making is completely mine. Okay? My kids don't need this, and my husband doesn't need that. Or the country needs that. Got it. Okay, yeah, because you're doing all of this for the country. Kind of weird. It's just a crazy thing to say. I'm in therapy, and I'm not making any decisions on behalf of my husband. My husband doesn't need that. Okay, got it. All right. Melinda Gates and Michelle Obama playing with the word transition. The joke's on us. They're in on it. They want conspiracy theories to think about Big Mike. She hasn't. It's a psyop. Michelle Obama says she's transitioning. Big Mike coming out every single day. Just poor choice of words, right? There it is. That just is what it is. It's poor choice of words. Michelle Obama saying she's up at night. She kept up at night because of Trump's deportation.
Ignorance that fuels those kind of choices. I worry for people of color all over this country. And I don't know that we will have the advocates to protect everybody. And that frightens me. It keeps me up at night. And
you can go check the tape. You can go check the highlight reel. Her husband deported 5.3 million people. Many of them probably came right back into the country, so it's not to their credit. But at the very least, you shouldn't say things like that are so simple to be checked. So I'm loving this. It's a content goldmine. I'm loving this whole Michelle Obama is going to become a podcaster and an influencer kind of thing. Keep it up. And good luck with that transition.
Yeah, keep it up, man.
All right? You have the heart of a black. That's where that's your answer.
You think Michelle Obama's podcast is pretty popular? I don't think so. I don't think it really is funny.
hanging out here at my favorite Korean restaurant in all of Merida. We're here at Montebello. We're going to be interviewing the family that owns this restaurant. This is an authentic restaurant. They're from Korea, South Korea, and they're going to share their story about moving to Merida and opening up this great restaurant day. So come on, Hey, welcome everybody. Cortez Ross here. We're Broad and Thrive.
Today this guy has a channel. He's located in Merida,
restaurant in all
Mexico.
Of Merida. It's a Korean restaurant. We've been to all of them, and this by far is the best one in town. Grace here, she recently moved to Merida from Korea, and Haley, I got Haley here with me because she's going to be doing all the translating for us. My Spanish is not the greatest, but Haley's is really good. And so, what brought you to Merida?
Primero, mi mamá vivió aquí primero.
So her mother lived here before.
Venga, para que viva juntos. Y yo quería abrir una cafetería, pero mi mamá me dijo que tienes que enseñar cómo es la cultura coreana.
I thought I locked it for you, buddy. On Banja.
So, her mom was here first, and she convinced her to move here to Merida together. And she originally wanted to open up a cafe because she's a barista, but her mom told her she should open up a Korean restaurant.
Okay. For those that don't know what a barista is.
What is a barista?
Barista es que se hace café.
They make coffee.
So you love coffee. So if you were to open up a barista, were you going to be bringing in coffees from other parts of the world or coffees?
Café y té coreano.
Coffee, Korean and coffee and tea.
I like that. You might still want to open that up. Okay, you added to the existing business.
De hecho, tenemos un poquito que estamos vendiendo.
She said she has a few that she sells here right now.
Next time we come back, we're gonna try some of that. What has it been like? I believe you said you've been in Mexico City for 15 years. What has it been like culturally, and the cultural differences between, say, Korea and living in Mexico?
Yo no conozco mucho de Corea.
She said she doesn't know much about Korea.
Okay. So you were born in the Dominican Republic. And then from the Dominican Republic, you went to
New York,
How long were you in the United States?
7 years.
7 years.
So she speaks English. Why doesn't she speak
And
English?
then you went to Korea. And how long were you in Korea?
8, 9 years.
8, 9 years. And then Nicaragua. So you've been traveling. Wow. Well traveled. Very, very well traveled. Go ahead.
Y además aquí,
I think he wants his daughter to practice Spanish.
¿Y te gusta?
Sí. Vida, cultura, la gente.
The culture, the food, the people.
Yeah. She like about.
Yeah, she liked Merida.
Okay. So what are we eating here? What is on the table here?
Primero, esto es chiripuca. Es puerco marinado con chicharrón y soya.
pretty cool. I got her mom has a Korean restaurant in Merida.
And even the homemade soy sauce.
And these are her mom's recipes for this restaurant. That's pretty cool. I'll put this in home. I'll be right back. We can hear more about her story here in Merida. So let's see here. So let's see. Delivered email H. Leave at my door. Okay. I don't know who this is. It says, let me. Hello. Hello, DoorDash. Okay. Alright, so let's listen to this lady again.
This is my favorite.
This is your favorite, okay. So Mexico is, they like
restart the stream because my other camera, my kick stream turned off.
Mis preguntas, señorita, pero ¿cuál es el platillo más popular que los locales piden en tu restaurante? Sería bulgogi y kimchi jjigae. Bulgogi, kimchi jjigae. Asked her what the locals here usually tend to eat. She said, esta.
Let me turn the screen off because my kick stream turned off.
Kimchi jjigae.
I'll restart. Thanks for hanging out here, guys. I'll be right back.